Pat Buchanan has written a fierce indictment of the Bush administration, its complete failure to secure our borders. Buchanan calls the flood of illegal aliens into this country an outright invasion. Buchanan says the Mexican government is, in effect, trying to re-annex the American Southwest with its illegal alien policies. Pat Buchanan's new book, State of Emergency, is already a top national bestseller, and it's not even supposed to be out for another few days. He's the author of other bestsellers, including The Great Betrayal and Where the Right Went Wrong, and is with us here in New York tonight. Pat, good to have you here.
Lou, good to see you again.
Now, first, congratulations on the response to your book. The idea that you put the blame squarely with the government of Mexico. Tell us why.
The government of Mexico is pushing its poor and unemployed into the United States to ease social pressure on itself. Secondly, it gets $16 billion in remittances back to Mexico. Third, it has awoken to the idea that it can re-annex the American Southwest, which it used to hold, linguistically, culturally, ethnically, and socially, not militarily, by pushing all these people in there and creating a gigantic fifth column in America. The ultimate goal of Vicente Fox is the erasure of the border between the United States and Mexico. He has said as much, and to make the two basically part of a North American Union, in which Mexico will get a constant flow of American, with Canada, in which Mexico, like Portugal and the European Union, gets a constant flow of cash from the wealthy USA, and La Reconquista is the objective, Lou.
It's remarkable. In your best assessment of all that is happening here, this administration, a so-called self-described compassionate conservative, a man who's leading this great nation in a global war on terror, focusing on that even today, not securing our borders. Let's forget the issue of illegal immigration for a second. How in the world do you suppose he rationalizes that to himself?
For the life of me, I can't understand it. We were told this morning the president's not going to focus on the immigration issue. He's going to focus on national security. Is not border security a major component of national security, just as port security and airline security? It is preposterous to have a 2,000-mile open border where 6 million have tried to break in, according to the president. 3 million have made it. 1 in 12 is a criminal. Al-Qaeda says they're going to try, and to leave that 2,000-mile back door wide open.
The idea that this president can rationalize it, that this Congress, Democrats and Republicans, I mean, the president aligned with, I believe it's 31 Democrats in the Senate to pass so-called comprehensive immigration reform. It's straightforward amnesty. Let's not sugarcoat that in any way or permit obfuscation. What in the world does not the Republican Party understand that they are, that this president and this Republican leadership understand they're going to put that House of Representatives out on the chopping block come November?
Let me tell you about a poll in Pennsylvania, which is causing Santorum to rise. He's running ads against illegal immigration and secure the border. 79% of Pennsylvanians oppose amnesty. 82% want a wall on the border. What the president ought to do is say to, look, do this. Say to McCain and Kennedy, look, amnesty's not selling, but security is. So get the House bill and the Senate bill, all the security provisions of those two bills, the border security, and put him in a national security bill. He would win both houses. I think it would help him save the House as well as the Senate.
Well, I'm not certain that I agree with you that this president is capable of winning anything right now, except what seems to be an outright war being carried out by this administration on middle-class Americans and those who aspire to it and their families. The idea that this president, this Congress, are putting themselves in this kind of jeopardy going into this upcoming election. It looks like that the Democrats have a very good chance of winning the election. What are the prospects for border security and stopping illegal immigration with the Democrats?
If you get a Democratic Senate and a Democratic House, they will pass an amnesty bill and a guest worker bill with nothing along the lines of security, and Bush will sign it. That's the danger, is that they will pass a bill as bad as the Senate bill right now, and Bush will sign it. And that, I'll tell you, Lou, as I got a chapter in that book, the suicide of the
state of emergency,
being the state of emergency, but the suicide of the GOP. Do they think the 36 million people from the third world, poor and unskilled, pouring in, the whole third world coming in, if they naturalize them and register them, they're going to vote for estate tax relief?
You're a good Catholic. Right. You've got Cardinal Mahoney out there in Los Angeles saying, you poor idiots in Congress, I'm going to pray for you. You poor idiots who want to secure our borders, we're going to pray for you.
You need to pray for Congress, I'll agree with that. But look, let me say this. Look, any Catholic knows that Aquinas teaches if you've got a just government and just laws, we have an obligation to obey the laws, and our governors have an obligation to enforce them. Can anyone say George Bush or the leadership of Congress are enforcing our immigration laws or defending the states against an invasion, which is right in the Constitution, Lou?
You put it forward as a rhetorical question. The obvious answer is so clear and present, and so is the danger. The book is State of Emergency. It's number 3 on the best-selling list. Pat Buchanan, liberals hate you, conservatives embrace you, and I'm not...
Let me tell you something. Liberals are concerned about the environment, and look, I have on this book, seriously, I get liberal talk show hosts who sit there very quietly and they listen. And frankly, I've got less of an attack from the whole country on talk shows on this book than almost anyone I've written, except for my autobiography up till I was 27.
That's amazing. The idea that the elites in this country are trying to downplay the issue of illegal immigration, its impact on on working men and women in this country who are already under assault from so many quarters.
Lou, and the things you've touched on the show, deindustrialization, outsourcing jobs, bringing in people to take the jobs of Americans, bringing bright young people from Bangladesh making $25,000 a year, throwing these engineers out of work. It is economic treason against the American worker.
And I'm going to repeat it one more time. The book is State of Emergency. Pat Buchanan, always good to talk with you. I don't care too much about those Republicans or those Democrats right now, but you got friends and you got enemies in both parties, and you've got a lot of readers. So keep it rolling.
Good to have you with us. Lou. Thank you.
Thank you. Pat Buchanan. Still ahead, best-selling thriller writer Brad Meltzer. He's been recruited by the federal government to help anticipate the terrorist attack next on this country. He's among those being brought in by the Homeland Security Department to think about things out of the box. We'll be talking with him. And the latest on the white school bus driver accused of forcing black students to the back of the bus in Louisiana. A key meeting on this issue is being held tonight in Louisiana. We'll be there live. We'll have that special report for you next. Please stay with us.
What is that? So that's what you guys are doing while I'm gone?
No, don't tickle me.
Oh, that was a good one. That's a funny kiss. That sure is a funny kiss.
I love you, Mommy.
Can we give Mommy a big kiss?
Aw, I love you, baby. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Mwah.
Right now at Joseph A. Bank. Pick up free tickets for incredible savings, like $200 off every regular price suit, sport coat, and blazer, or $100 off sale prices. Executive suits and business express suit separates, only $199.99 with a free ticket. Plus, use tickets for extra savings on dress shirts, sports shirts, dress pants, and more. It's free tickets, unlimited savings, only at Joseph A. Bank.
What happens if your latest product goes global in a single bound? Because we consider what might change tomorrow, our customers can feel more